Hey guys, still here and welcome back to War on the Sea. In this episode we're starting off with an engagement with a battleship, finally. I'm not sure which one it is, it's two options, Congo or Musashi. The submarine Bluefish is in a pretty decent position to engage, although somewhat far away. I'm also going to vector over some other units, and I happen to have a couple of Dauntlesses in the area. They were engaging a group of a couple of destroyers, but this is a far more tempting target. Hornet's going to be capable of launching another couple of aircraft in a few minutes, I think. So we're just going to give these guys a bit of time to get into position. That's the submarines, of course, and on top of that, the aircraft, and see if we can take down this battleship, whatever it is. Unfortunately, I cannot show you any battleship-on-battleship action, because my closest battleship is pretty far away in the form of... Where are you exactly? Yeah, here, Washington. They still have to do about 750 nautical miles before they get close enough. Ideally, by that time, the ship, the target, the battleship, will be long gone. So I'm going to wait for the Hornet and see if I can just do this with an airstrike. Let's have the Hornets group slightly disengage. I don't mind if I can do this in 2 strikes. So first the Dauntless comes in, maybe softens up the battleship a little bit. Although taking out the destroyers is also an option. And then the submarines take out the battleship. That might be a better option. Now I can just wait for these guys to get a bit closer. That should do it. Okay, boys. We have a target. In fact, we have several. Oh, you guys are in the area. Huh. Interesting. New contacts. Various. Let's see what we have. Congo class. Okay. Not what I was hoping to find, but it has to get sunk either way. So that's the Congo. Here we have another one of the last surviving light cruisers. They are very rapidly running out of those. I think it's the Kiso. It's the only surviving ship that it probably can be. A couple of DDs about, and these will be the targets of the dive bombers. Thinking this is a Momi class, because they still had a ton of those left. Target 3. Single turret, single turret. Akatsuki? No. Torpedo launcher, small funnel, large funnel. Shiratsuyu class. Probably wrong, but whatever. These are aircraft targets anyways. And this, with the double torpedo launchers on the stern, is probably a kamikaze class. Alright. Range from the Bluefish is 7,000 yards, and the Blackfish too. The aircraft, however, much more importantly, I want you guys to attack here. Your target's going to be target number 5. Your target is going to be target number 3. And your target is going to be target number 4. There. This way, I hope to engage the destroyers, making life much easier for the 2 submarines in the area. Now, considering the distance, I think we're going to have you come in from here, and you from here. I want you both to be starting a solution on the Congo. That should be your target. Easiest to hit, and on top of that, by far the most valuable of the targets. The Kuma is capable of dealing with submarines, but is far less of a threat, I think, than the destroyers ever can be. The destroyers are definitely more nimble, more difficult to torp, and because of that, should be a priority target, at least for the aircraft. If the Congo does survive, then so be it. I can always send out another strike from the Hornets, which still has a nice amount of Avengers left. Now we're getting greeted by some anti-aircraft fire. So let's see if we can kind of avoid that. Got a flak here and there. Ideally, of course, I attack with both of these wings at the same time. So I want you to engage. Keep 5 a little bit of a distance. Let's circle and wait until wing 1 comes in. Wing 9 attack. Wing 5 attack. Here we go. Everybody's moving in. Wing 1 here is slightly ahead. Should be fine. Now, let's wipe out some destroyers. And meanwhile, the Congo is doing everything it can to try and defend its escorts with flak. You can see all the guns going off there. Probably not going to be enough. At least, I really hope not. I want you to be doing flank speed in that general direction. Airstrike coming in. Bombs away. Decent damage, I think. And away you go. Next strike has dropped on the second TD. Wing 5, get out. And here comes the other wing. One of the Dauntlesses is down. Hit. Get out. It's not safe airspace here. Okay, what's the status on the Japanese ships? Critical damage on the Shiratsuyu, moderate and heavy damage. So that's the DDs at least maimed, not dead. But that's pretty much where I wanted them. Because now the bluefish and the blackfish are going to have a fancy time dealing with the Congo. I don't really have to do too much to deal with it. Pretty much stay where you are, actually. Oh, excellent. That's one of their DDs gone. Was that the critically damaged one? No, it's not even that one. Okay, so the Shiratsuyu is probably going to sink as well. That's excellent. Neither of the submarines currently are making their presence known. So I hope that as far as the Japanese are concerned, this was mostly an airstrike. That's what I want them to think. So that they don't know that the real threat is still ahead. Come starboard. Slow down. Shira is aimlessly drifting off. Momi class is healthy, but going relative to the submarines the wrong way. Hold your position. Congo range 3,000 yards. Starboard turn, slow down. 3 knots. Stop. There goes Shiratsuyu. Very good. Solution is 86. That is excellent. We're going to go with all torps. Considering the good solution, I'm going to say a 2-degree field of fire. Range 2,000 yards, target 1, away. Now, last time around, when I did a torpedo attack with a submarine against a battleship like a Congo, I managed to somehow not get any duds. I was really surprised by that. Whether that's going to remain true for this one, I really don't think so. It would be a bit too good to be true. But you never know. Let's send out the stern torps of you against the Congo as well. 3, 4. Slowly turn to starboard. And stop with the firing solution on the Congo. Start building one against the Kuma. You, same deal. Stop Congo, start Kuma. Because we might be able to kill that one. Now the Congo, probably completely oblivious to the threat, continues to sail in a straight line. And is about to get a very rude awakening. Well, sort of. 3. Dud. Dud. Okay, so that's 3 out of 6. Could be worse. She now starts changing direction. And probably losing... No, actually she's picking up. No, that's the Kuma. That's bad news. Because it means that with the Congo's reduced speed, these torps will miss. That is unfortunate. Nevertheless, the Congo has taken some serious damage. Heavy damage and heavy flooding. Meaning that she's going to be an easier target. I still have the stern tubes on the Bluefish. The target, however, is really close. Probably not worth it. And I have a solution on the Kuma. We're going to have to switch back to the Congo. So I was hoping that the joint torpedo attack would finish it off, but it didn't. That Kuma can be a threat. Is there a layer? No layer. Crap. Dive. Make your depth 230 feet. There's the Kuma. I think the Kuma might know about the Blackfish at this point. What? One of them actually struck. Oh, interesting. I thought that the Congo had slowed down so much that that would not hit. How's the damage now? Critical. Very good. Now, let's see what the plan is, the Kuma. Not much. Are you even packing a sonar array there? Or am I worried about something that I actually shouldn't be worried about? No passive and no active sonar? Oh. Interesting. Not even depth charges. Oh. I can completely control the encounter here. Now the Congo is pretty much done for. That means that the Bluefish, provided that the Kuma isn't making herself too unpredictable, can finish off the Kuma. Although I think the Kuma is running fast. Blackfish report. Kuma's doing 32 knots on a northeasterly course. I don't think she's sticking around. Let's slow down to a few knots. Both subs. Let's not cavitate anymore. Basically waiting for the death of the Congo here. She is a ship that's basically lost. She just doesn't know it yet. Let's not ram into the Congo if we don't absolutely have to. I think the Momi and the Kuma both don't really know what's going on here. The Momi is the only one that's actually a threat to the submarines. But I think it's just circling aimlessly. It really doesn't have a clue about what it should be doing. But I believe that the Momi class at least has more of an anti-destroyer role. No! The Momi only carries torpedoes. And it doesn't have any sonar. Oh. So once I had those two destroyers sunk, I could basically finish off the rest. Here's the question though. Do I throw a few more torps at the Congo? Or do I wait until she sinks? Oh, they went back to heavy. We're definitely going to throw a few more torps at the Congo. Bow tubes, 2 of them. Wait for a better solution. Make a port turn. Congo is very slowly turning around. Don't quite like my solution at this point. Congo. Maintaining heading 265, speed 15 knots. It means the torps can catch it, but the firing arc's bad. I really thought that this thing was going to sink all by itself, that I didn't have to spend any more torpedoes on it. But she's running. Crap. Alright, we're gonna go for 3 torpedoes. Wait there. Let's see if this will kill it. If not, I'll have to airstrike it again. The issue is the Congo is doing 16 knots. My torpedoes, if I recall correctly, do 26. So they're slightly faster. No, they do 30, 30.5. But we're also playing dot bingo again. If the one torpedo that might strike this target, and here they come, is a dud, then I can't catch it. At least not submerged. Surfaced? Maybe. But I'm not really trying to get my submarine subjected to an actual treatment by the Congo. Here we go. Ah, crap. Okay, fine. We'll leave, and we'll let the Hornet take care of it. So far, though, we have sunk 2 of the destroyers, the ones which were actually a threat, so that's good. Okay. Now then, Hornet, can you launch? Half an hour. Alright. That means that we're going to have to spend half an hour waiting anyway. I want the Dauntlesses to set course back, but I don't want them to land yet. Because when they land, the timer for the Hornet's aircraft launch gets reset. And I don't want that. Recovering aircraft does count for your what do you call that? Your air ops turnaround time. Now, give me a notification that the Hornet can launch, please. Oh crap, it's almost dark. Uh-oh. Blue, black, and haddock. Find it. No, that's not what I was looking to find. Ignore the aircraft. How long? Right about now. Haddock, ignore. Come on. Yes. Avengers, all of them. Off you go. Find me that Congo and bring it to the bottom. More aircraft. Keep ignoring. Now I can recover you. Where did you guys go? Jeez, that's a lot of fighters. I don't want those to actually engage my my aircraft here, because they're going to eat them for breakfast, or maybe dinner in this case. When's the Enterprise back? I could really use her. 4 days. Come on, where did you go? You're kind of gone far. I don't believe that. Where did you go? 8:35. Can we still launch some more? No, too dark. Damn it. The only other option is that they went southeast towards the Hornet. Which is bad news for the Hornet. Because I have quite a few submarines around, but I don't think that they went northwest. Well, that's an option, northwest. South they would have been detected. North they would have been detected. East they would have been probably detected. So southeast, away from the Haddock and the Growler, is an option. It's not the first time that a Congo has mysteriously disappeared. It's annoying when they do. Bingo. No! Ah, crap, it's another 3 destroyers. Okay, fine, we'll intercept that. Or can we? No, we can't. We don't have the maneuverability. Endurance is down. Lovely. Okay. We're gonna have to find that thing again sometime. Now, quite a bit of time has passed, but surprisingly, the Congo is completely gone. What I did manage to do in the meanwhile was do an attack run against Braugh. The cruiser group that is already heading back was Task Force 29, Pensacola, Salt Lake City and Northampton. And they have reduced the base of Braugh to nothing. This thing used to have a tier 3 airfield, I believe. And this thing is no longer operational. Meaning that the amount of aircraft that are going to be operating in this sphere hopefully will be a little less. I've also been able to sink, I think, a few more DDs, like 5 or 6 more. And they keep sending them out in groups of 3. And now they've also sent out a merchant group. That means troop transports. Fortunately, Bluefish and Blackfish are in the AO and are ready to kill these guys off. Unfortunately, it is nighttime, so I cannot use the Hornet. What I can, however, do is, for example, have the Oakland and the Sun 1 detach. And these guys are very fast, 22 knots. So provided that the submarines cannot, well, most likely cannot kill everything, they'll be able to then murder whatever happens to be remaining. I'm waiting until these guys are almost on top of me. I could already engage, but I think the range was too great. So I just decided to wait, let them come to me, and whenever I feel ready, I will engage. And that is right about now. Let's see, Sea State 4, visibility is not stellar, but our position is. Look at that. There they are. Being led by a destroyer or 2, and then a whole bunch of transports. You're going to attack target 1, you're going to attack target 2. Range, 4,800 yards. Let's just close in for a bit. Set a course that way, set a course that way. Build your firing solution and prepare to engage. We have 5 torpedoes in the bow of the Bluefish. So that's what we're going to send out. And then the Blackfish, I believe, has a bit more. Yeah, we still have 14 torpedoes for you. So that should be plenty. The thing is, I probably won't be able to sink the rest of the troops. You could argue that those are more interesting to kill, because they have an actual risk at a more strategic level. I just don't know how many torps I will need to sink one of those. That's kind of the problem that I'm looking at. How many torps do I need? And I probably don't have enough as it is anyway. Solution's only 32, 34, 36. Range is still 3,000 yards. I might need to pop out my radar for a bit, just to get this firing solution going. And of course it would also help if I know what I'm looking at. Now the amount of Japanese destroyers is rapidly decreasing, but they always seem to find just a few more. Their supply is definitely not limitless, but it is very substantial. They have a lot of these guys around. Looking at this ship, I suspect it's an Asashio, but I could be wrong about that. And then this is potentially another one. 6 guns, 6 guns. Yeah, I think we might be looking at 2 Asashios. That immediately builds my solution out quite a bit more. Now looking at 46. Range 2,400 yards. Let's close into 2,000 yards. Your range is 3,100. You know what? Activate radar on both. I'm gonna get that solution up. And then I should have the Blackfish attack. Once the torpedoes are, let's say, at the position close to the Bluefish, I can then launch with the Bluefish as well and see if I can get all torps on all destroyers at the same time. It's not going to be easy, but if I can get that done, that would be great. Let's go with 4 torpedoes, a bit of a dispersion, solution 60 degrees. Or sorry, solution 60%. Torpedoes away, Blackfish. Your range is 2,900. I'm just going to have to sort of eyeball this, I think. Just throw out all the torps, and then we'll use the stern against any of the transports. You should be done launching. Yeah, there they are. What's the position of the other sub? There. I can see the trails. It's going to help me more or less time it. Now. Bluefish is launching all her torps. You done launching? Blackfish, turn tail. Bluefish, turn tail. Start building a new solution. Target 3. Blackfish. Stop. Target 4. That's the new objective. Get rid of these 2 troop transports in the front. Although, it is entirely likely that once these submarines have made their attack against the destroyers, and the destroyers panic, that the transports are also going to scatter all over the place. But that's what I have the Atlantis for. If the Atlantis can make it to their positions and intercept this convoy, which they can, considering the Atlantis can do 22 plus knots, and the transports cannot, I should be able to kill these guys off. This is a complete miss. And that one was too shallow. Or rather, the torp was too deep. So that was 10 torpedoes that I beautifully wasted there. New plan, new plan, new plan. This guy is too far away. Target 7. Bluefish, new plan. Target 5. Torps on your stern. Build me a solution. We're going to go with 3 degrees here. 56 is probably as good as it's going to get. 54. Off you go. Now, both the Sashios, despite one of them having been torped, seem completely oblivious to the fact that they're potentially under attack. I don't mind. If that's how they want to play it, fine. Because it just gives me a better opportunity to take out some transports. But my torpedo solution was definitely not very good. At least number 5 was struck. But that was 2 duds and 2 actuals. And now immediately the whole group starts scattering. Which means that, there we go, target 7 is no longer where she is supposed to be. So what are those torps going to do? Are they going to accidentally hit you? Okay, that's one of the transports down. Here are the torps. I don't think we're going to hit anything with that. Unless these guys get incredibly unlucky. But I don't think so. Where are my torpedoes at? Huh. No. That was a terrible attack. This is why I need cruisers. More cruisers on the front line. I keep sending them out. It's just taking them about 2 days to get to the front line. Anyway, unfortunately the Congo escaped. I did manage to sink one of the transports here, and of course damage substantial amounts of other enemies, if not sink them outright. So there are fewer Japanese ships around, but the campaign is still dragging on. I need more troops. I have a few more troops. I'm sending them over to the Renal Islands, but it's taking them a while to get there. Anyway, that'll be all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for the next episode.